idea of being snowballed. Okay, they took the Benedetta instead.
This could be deadly too with a 100% win rate, by the way. I know that.
I look for the snowball in the Nathan.
I think we saw that type of play yesterday with the Omega versus
Yeah.
Onyx, wherein Onyx was not forcing any team fight, but rather forcing a gap on the Gold Daners.
Yeah.
So probably that's another variation for the Blacklist Ube strategy.
Yeah, given that too, in just a second. We're taking a look at the emblems here on how that falls into place. There it is, Midnight. Anything that sticks out?
Oh, tenacity in the Nathan.
Oh.
He wants to fight against this carry head on. But, and you know, it's a tank carry, so it's going to be, again, a wash lane. But I'm looking at the emblem for the Nolan. He's opting for maximum damage here with the Thrill and Lethal Ignition. Sometimes players do go for the killing spree for Added to stay in the team fight. But no, in this game, he just wants to assassinate someone, get out.
Yeah, you already saw a little preview of
Damage.
that. Yeah, that damage already early on against Super Yoshi top side. He does hit that level 4 now, so Ryzen as well. Kimboy, though, should be fine. It has to flicker out.
Ooh, that's big.
So, yeah, they hold it together. That Daytona's Welcome was trying to get him too. Not going to happen. So all this, again, 30 seconds away from this turtle. First big objective of the game.
Oh, I like this play coming up from Nomad. Look at top lane. He was holding that mini bush near the gold lane so that he knows if the Nolan is going to go up there. And he was right. Sensui was heading towards that gold lane.
Yep, and here at the bottom lane, it's actually the same rotation for TNC, but there's no trade or there's no objective secured on that one. So it's going to be TNC first on this position at the Turtle Pit.
They're playing this very, very good in the early game. They prevented the Nolan from coming up towards the top lane. Now he's kind of winning that lane against the Nathan, and they have Turtle Prio.
Okay, half health here. Does Blacklist International go for it?
Oh,
Here comes one charge from Hatred.
Oh!
A nice setup play from Yoshi as well. Ryza will take the turtle. And we have 2 players down from Blacklist International. That's going to be Sensui. Sensui.
Yeah.
Sensui.
Sensui. They're taken out of the picture just like that.
Sensui. I mean, you're right. You're right. Those 2 heroes got caught out by TNC. And the thing is, like, looking at the comp, there's no way you're fighting objectives against this lineup. They have such amazing CC with the Petrify. The Valentina could just copy the Eternal Guard, and also Ryzen with the Daytona's Welcome against your jungler. Blacklist had no business being there against the turtle fight against CNC. But again, it was because of what Nomad did earlier on that prevented the Nolan from taking advantage against the Nathan lane.
Again, as things fall into place, TNC's finding themselves in a very similar position from the previous game, right? They've got 2 on the board. They have almost a 2,000 gold lead here. And once again, it's Super Yoshi looking to just kind of plant himself in these strategic positions. Hatred holds on to the wild charge as well, right? Which works really well in conjunction with having that I'm offended available to you. So real quick, let's take a quick look how these items are falling into place.
Yeah, the Nathan is getting behind. He's trying to complete the Feather of Heaven before the Corrosion Sight comes out from Nomad. I actually like this build coming out from the carry. Tough boots first, just to be able to get a little bit of damage reduction from the Nathan, and also some CC reduction. Because the second skill is really annoying from the Nathan. It does get reduced. Like, you would be able to dash out of that combo. So it's a really good heads-up item build coming out from Nomad.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of pokes actually from both teams, both the bottom lane and even the top lane, but still TNC is at lead. 2.3k gold, and we have another turtle spawning at around 15 seconds for this game. It's just Super Yoshi and the key point battle in terms of the information in between each other.
Yeah, they're gonna have the carry as well with this turtle fight. TNC, for sure, they are taking this turtle away from Blacklist, unless Sensui is able to miraculously get it once again.
This is crazy. Look at the pressure TNC's able to just put there by just standing, right, menacingly. And right now, Turtle's going to be up here. So this time, does Blacklist International have what it takes to actually contest this? Or is it a little too risky, right? You can see Sensui going and getting the buff. Looks like TNC is just going to grab the objective as they do, furthering the gold lead a little bit longer. This is one of the downsides, I guess you could say, about some of these assassin junglers who are very reliant on those buffs for them to work. You know the pressure is going to be there, right? But again, you can't count out what happened the previous game. Blacklist International flipped the table very quickly. So once again, TNC, the biggest part here is discipline. Can they keep it together? Can they keep it under control?
Sensui, I think he got a purple of the Barats. They saw Ryzen pop out for a second on the top lane, and he retrieved his purple buff, and then went straight towards that purple buff of TNC.
I kind of feel it for Sensui. He's trying to have more lead in terms of the jungle against Ryzen. So there's a high potential for the steal again with Assassin.
Oh, he didn't
And
get it. He didn't get it.
okay. So still, Blacklist International is more on the safer side in terms of rotations. Just Sensui pumping his gold against TNC.
That's a nice attempt though from Sensui. Like the idea is there, like what Chantel mentioned. He's just trying to use the clear speed of the Nolan to like make sure that he gets ahead by just farming. Because again, early game you can't do anything against TNC, like around objectives. And the workaround or the trade is that you just farm. You know, you farm not your side of the map, but their side of the map.
Have you seen that damage against Nomad? That's four. I counted it. 4 hits from OHIM during that moment. We have the Eternal Guard already. Super Yoshi is already low on life. We have Edward with the Counteract Inferno. The Freed as well. Kimboy with a wall charge. It's going to be Sensui down by the way. Solo kill at the middle lane. And Blacklist International is forced to back away. TNC now positioned on this purple buff.
They just don't have enough damage. Under the turret though, they're going to force Heads back a little bit more. But wow, tough.
Wait, did Heads solo kill Nolan without committing ult and Petrify?
Yes, out of middle lane.
Oh my goodness, TNC. Again, I talk about how good these players are individually from TNC, and now you're showing why they're so good. Like now, the macro does favor them in the early game. Turtle is going to go towards them, but Heads.
Heads. There's no wild charge though from Kimboy. Could have been a kill for them. But yeah, everyone was grasping for breath during that moment. Even the Heads and Kimboy.
This game from TNC is better for them compared to game 1. They're just getting everything. But what Blacklist has in this game is the ability to once again rely on OEB. This time around, he's not with the Claude, but he's using the Nathan. We all know how strong Nathan is. Like if you come close and if you underestimate the damage, you're just gonna get deleted. He has the nasty combo with the Starlium side build, which is now is getting built up. He now has the Feather of Heaven going to the Starlium side. Probably Holy Crystal is the next item.
Yeah, good choice too. Again, there's so much magic damage that they're going to be throwing at him. So TNC right now building a little bit in that defense in that department, especially for Ryzen, already has that Radiant Armor. So still, he's up to that front line for the most part, right? Dealing with it, but the pressure, man, from TNC. So much to deal with for Blacklist International that it's going to take them some time. And if that comes down to a minute from now, that Lord, if they can actually contest it, I don't know if they actually want to. Look at this, Sensui being forced out of the buff here in his side of the jungle so easily.
And during that moment, we just heard that conceal from Super Yoshi, so that whenever there's going to be a, let's say, a backup play from a Blacklist International, they're prepared. Or any retaliation from Blacklist International. It's just a map awareness here of a TNC that is very visible, which leads them to this 5.1k gold lead.
8 minutes in, we have 3 kills. We've rarely seen a team fight or a skirmish from these two sides, but TNC, again, they are playing the macro game earlier on. They are just punishing Sensui. They stole their the purple buff away from the Nolan, which means that it's going to be hard for Sensui to kind of cover the mid game for the Nathan. So it's all on OHIB now. But the difference from game number 1 is that even though he's rocking that Purify, there's a lot of catch on the side of TNC that can threaten the Nathan's position.
Yeah, this is tough too. Once again, now that the Lord is up here, I'd rather just see Blacklist International give us one. Wow!
Ooh, that hurts. That hurts.
That's supposed to be your front line right there, by the way. Right?
Lord is
going to be up. Look at the positioning, though.
Look at the damage here. And OHIB almost...
no way, they don't...
During that moment, but Super Yoshi saw Sensui. Actually, we have Edward as well. So it's going to be TNC this time around. Who will take this Lord? So that was a nice zone out by 2 players of TNC.
Okay, so let's think about this. They got the Lord. It's better that Blacklist International didn't contest that midnight. How's their wave clear, though? Like, the defense for this lineup for Blacklist International.
I mean, it's bad. Because the way you cleared the waves against TNC is that you have to show up. But you really can't show up against TNC, especially with Yoshi having a flicker. That Ruby is going to be able to set up a lot of plays for TNC. And you know what comes next? After the Ruby pull, Electro Final Blow into Petrify.
Yep.
That's a deadly combo.
Well, with that, again, Lord is going to be making his way top side. You can see Sensui trying to do what he can, scrape up what he can from this, even cutting the lane, cutting the wave here to manage it. But bottom side.
Ooh, So that's a bit far from
Wow.
TNC, and it's going to be Blacklist International this time around. We have the wall.
Oh no,
So
TNC.
Sensu is there as well. Will TNC be able to back away? But Blacklist International, they know that there is a Lord, so they have to defend this time around against TNC.
This is just impatience, honestly. Like, TNC could have waited for the Lord, could have waited for the Benedetta to come with them, but Heads was clearing mid lane, and Blacklist saw that. They count heroes. They knew that the Benedetta was not there, so they turned the team fight. Even though Yoshi got the pull, he was able to flicker in, but what comes next was the wild charge from Kimpoi, preventing the other heroes to respond to whatever TNC wanted to do.
Yeah, a great play there once again, but even with that, TNC... Again, they can't keep making those types of mistakes, right?
They gotta relax,
They
dude.
have to, yeah. That's why I said earlier, minutes ago, it's up to the discipline and control that TNC's able to show here. That's the main thing. They get a pull, though.
Oh, speaking of pull again. By the way, Kimpoi already used his wild charge.
It's
so
fine.
it's Super Yoshi this time around that has the pressure and setting up play against TNC. We have the Tonus Welcome. We have the Turtle Guard by Yue. The Vengeance has been used by Edward.
That's big, though.
And there's no casualty, by the way, during that moment. So a lot of resources has already been used. So it's more the discipline this time around for Blacklist International that's being shown on this game. Petrify as well for Heads.
All right, I was gonna say the wild charge did not matter because that's gonna be up on Lord, but the Vengeance though.
Yeah.
10 seconds after Lord spawn, that's when Edward is gonna have that up. So TNC, they might have the chance of trying to burst down the Lord. If Blacklist contest, they can just turn around and look for the team fight.
We'll have to see if they can pull it off. Once again, this whole time, Sensui has been trying to just make up for what happened, right? He's 0-2. He has to get these items some way, so he's been all over the map, honestly. Even farming on the side of TNC for a while. He's getting there, but actually, he's not too far behind even Ryzen, you know? And at one point, it comes down, now that he's picked up the endless battle here, it could come down to a burst window if Blacklist International can pull it off. We already saw a preview of it earlier, so TNC, that's why I'm saying they do have quite a bit of a lead still in terms of overall, but they have to be careful how they approach the next Lord fight because it's Blacklist International. They will contest this. They're already getting positioned for it. Everything is online for them except the Purify from Mohead.
Oh, Kimpoi, they see the Barats.
Ooh, a wild charge. Cyclone Eye was there. So for TNC, they know that there's no ultimate already for the roamer of Blacklist International with Super Yoshi and Nomad. Here comes the Guardian's Barrier. Kimpoi is going to be the target here. But that's Sensui! That was close against Heads. But is this going to be a reset for both teams? I think Heads has to reset. He has to pull up that HP bar again before this Lord the team fight.
He's gonna slow push the top lane again. So this resets the fight for both sides. Blacklist International, this allows them the time to let the Nolan get the purple buff first. I'm beginning to confuse the Nathan and the Nolan.
They look the same.
Nathan and Nolan.
You pronounce the same.
Wild charge.
Another wild charge again. Super Yoshi is going to be the target. We have a Super Yoshi! Down with the hands of Yue on that going one. Kimpoi is down as well. So this is going to be a 4v4. Ryzen
Hatred!
The wild charge on an IMU. Sensui is down. So this is a perfect time for TNC to take this Lord objective. But I don't think Blacklist International will let them have this Lord without facing a fight.
Wow, they actually want to keep them here. TNC, they're still respecting the damage potential. It's going to go for a reset for now, but Nomad will keep working on it. Heads getting a position here.
I think they're finding where Oheb is. So Heads probably is going to be the target. So who's going to take the Lord? So Ryzen secures that Lord. Edward's still alive. We have the flicker from Hatred. Edward is done with that blade from Nomad. So Edward is a casualty during that Lord fight.
That was 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes, by the way. A 2 minute team fight. 2 minute team fight.
The dance.
Yeah, the dance. You gotta show your dance, and TNC dance around Blacklist International. That was a deadly push play coming out from Hatred. The wild charge, and Ryzen was in position to follow up. They also waited for the Electrify and Petrify to come back up before they even committed for that Lord. So this time around, TNC got the victory on the Lord dance. Heads though!
Whoa! Where did the damage come from as Oheb takes down Heads and they defend the Lord?
That is a lot of damage. That's
A
big
lot of
damn.
damage.
From
It's a
Oheb.
Big damn, yeah, it's a big damn.
And you can see the response from Hatred right away. He sees that. He's like, yeah, I'm getting the Winter Tronchon. I got it. Picks it up.
You have to.
I don't
Have
want to
to.
experience the same. I just wanted to zone out the players, and then in an instant, I'm out of the game.
Okay, so with that, again, TNC, with the lead they have, man, I mean, look at the damage
Wow.
scale there is proof, right? But TNC still has a lot of the damage on their side. But
Yeah.
somehow, some way, Blacklist International will find these little wins. And
Yeah.
that is what could turn the table here. Big item pickup as well. Malefic Roar now for Nomad that could help for the fight, but still, I would say that TNC in a lot of these skirmishes and fights have done pretty well at setting things up and responding to what Blacklist International has thrown at them.
They are getting the macro control up against Blacklist International. But talking about the gold lead, it doesn't matter for Blacklist because the most important heroes are up there against these two important heroes again, as well for TNC. Like you have the Barats and the carry that is leading the gold farm. But those gold that TNC is leading by, they're distributed among the heroes that Blacklist doesn't necessarily need. Because the thing is, like, yeah, sure, Yu is holding less gold compared to Hatred, but what he needs to do is just throw the ult. That's just it. So the gold lead the TNC has right now, it doesn't matter because Blacklist's cores are up by the same amount of gold as the two cores on the side of TNC.
You know what? It's pretty nice how Blacklist International is able to extend the game. This happened game number 1, wherein the TNC was on the lead. But then again, we saw retaliation from them. It's happening again. This game number 2, it's as if they're now dictating the game. It's not the TNC's... it's not TNC anymore, and Kimpo is just having the vision. We saw this earlier, right?
We saw this earlier, yeah.
That's a fourth wall charge being forced by TNC.
The definition of insanity, right? But and that's the thing. They have to do this. Right now, it's TNC kind of playing this part of the map, dealing with it, getting out what they can against Blacklist International.
Yeah.
Lord's going to be up now on the other side. We'll see what TNC wants to do around that. Again, you guys already talked about the gold lead here and everything else, and whether it's distributed or not, but it comes down to this. Sensui's hardest part about this, as you can see the real-time win rate heavily in favor of TNC, is if he can actually tap into the whole thing we built up. Is that Sensui Ultra Instinct here on this Nolan pick? Is he able to make it work for them?
Oh, they're
taking
rushing.
Control.
They're rushing. He can just wild charge the Barats.
That's probably
There you go.
Lord.
There you go.
Blacklist International. It's going to be 6-2 with this time around. We have the free hit from Nomad. Edward with that immortality. Is he able to back away? Nope. Nomad with that secure kill, but still Blacklist International in front of the players of TNC. They took the Lord.
Wait, I know what you're going to say, Midnight. You're going to say they count the players on the map.
It's the same damn thing. Heads shows up. The Barats, they saw in the Lord. They saw the Lord pop the skill, so they knew that somebody was in the Lord. 4 heroes at best. They walked up. They saw Ryzen, and he backed off. And they were like, okay, let's just rush the Lord and use the wild charge to prevent Ryzen from getting the steal. Oh, hold on.
This is a weird position for the Lord, though. But we see Heads like to find a blow. Oheb's down. So they got it. They got Oheb. They got 3 players from Blacklist International. So probably TNC. It is a nice defense for them. They stopped the Lord and then took 3 players from Blacklist International.
That's a very good electric final blow into Petrify play from Heads. He was able to get the backline, and Blacklist International didn't. Well, they weren't able to set up for the team fight. Basically, that's what happened. And TNC right now, even without the Lord, they know Nathan is out for 20 seconds. They can take this base.
Can they end the game, though? That's the question. I mean, they got 3 members here.
Ooh. Oh, by the
Now
way,
with that-
Hatred used that
Oh!
with the Tronchon as well. So we could see Hatred down. UN, the rest of the players of Blacklist International trying to force on this defense. Killing spree already for Nomad. Nice eternal guard by UN. Look at that. Since we with an immortality, they need to defend the minion waves.
Oh, Nathan's here,
And
Nathan's here.
Blacklist International
All right.
is able
Oheb.
to do that.
All right, the big boss is here. The big boss.
Oheb goes in. They hold him at bay. Little bit of a sacrificial play there, but
Yeah.
Blacklist International stays in the game here.
Yeah, everybody threw their bodies against TNC. They were waiting. They were holding on for the Nathan. And this is such a crazy game against TNC. They were fantastic in the first few minutes of the game, but that Lord play coming out from Blacklist International just prolongs this game, extends it for maybe 2 to 5 minutes even more.
And I think during this one, it was a crucial flicker while charge IMU from a hatred could have been a safer play. Or it could have been a better play for them.
Could have been more patient, honestly,
Yep.
from the Valentina. But yeah, TNC, they will need to try again for this Lord, but they have to be aware of this place in place. Wow, I never thought I was
Place
gonna
in
say
place.
that sentence. The place in place by
Yeah.
Blacklist International. Like again, yeah, TNC has been doing the anti-slow push, being done by Edward. That's why you saw TNC always playing on the opposite side of the Lord, so that they prevent Edward from doing that, so that they can actually fight the Lord dance. But Blacklist, after this one attempt from TNC, all right, you did it once. We know that this anti-slow push strategy is working. Let's just rush the Lord.
Wow.
Okay.
Again,
All right, fifth time.
Fifth time.
No wild
time.
charge.
Fifth time with the Super Yoshi and the Nomad the combo. And it's as if Kimboy is also aware of the potential that he might be taken anytime by the anti-tank hero of TNC.
Yeah.
Oh, this time around, they're going to rush it themselves.
They're going to rush it here.
All right, you did it to us. We're going to do the same thing.
But
What's
look
going
at
to be
the
the story
positioning.
this time?
Oh, Kim Boy. He has his eyes on it.
Positioning from TNC. Take a look once again. They're going
Oh,
to play
Ryzen.
this round. Can they pull this off?
They should
Ryzen.
reset this from TNT. He's taking so much damage.
He's got immortality.
Mid lane, though. Mid lane.
Although
Oh,
that's
they're going to
crucial.
collapse.
Okay, we have the concealed play from Super Yoshi. Who are they gonna find? Edward is in front. Ryzen is low on life. We have the wall charge already by Kim Boy.
Ryzen,
Look at
Ryzen.
Oheb. We have hatred. Nice Eternal Guard by Yui as Oheb
Whoa.
has been defended. So we have two players down for TNC. And again, this is another Lord King, I guess, for the side of Blacklist International. And
Oh.
look at the formation that Blacklist has been doing for this match.
That was a nice try from TNT. They were trying to use the Lord
Yeah.
to turn against Blacklist International, but that wild charge with the wall shut them down. And also Ryzen, unfortunately, was holding the Lord by himself, so he took so much damage. Since we didn't even need to combo the Barats, he comboed up against heads, and that's why they were able to take out the Benedetta.
There's a pull. They're going to hold it at bay once again, but they have the numbers advantage here for Blacklist International for the
They're
Lord.
rushing it.
TNC can't even get close. So this is going to be a Lord now for Blacklist as they look to turn the game around at 22 minutes in.
You know what? Blacklist International, they're just taking the objectives when it's needed the most.
Yeah, that's why this team is called the Masters of the Lord Dance. From Master the Basics, by the way.
Yeah, this is okay. Yep, that's true.
That is true.
That's like, for Blacklist, Lord Dance, basic.
Because they have master
The basic, you know?
I see what
This
you did
season,
there.
he's now Master the Advanced.
Master the what?
Advanced.
The advanced.
Ah.
Because you need to level up.
I asked him
From
that one
the
time.
basics.
I asked him one time. I was like, when are you gonna be Master the Advanced or Master the Pro? You know?
He's probably like, you know what, I just can't.
I just
I
can't.
can't go through
It's my
renaming
IGN.
all my
Oh yeah,
all my
socials.
So, well, again, this time around, it's Blacklist International marching towards the base of TNC at the 23-minute mark. Does TNC have all this that they've built up to? It comes down to possibly this defense. Can they pull it off? For Super Yoshi, holding on to this I'm offended flicker combination in just a couple seconds. Going to come up here. That turret is gone, though, on the top side.
Conceal.
Conceal comes through.
Okay, we have heads at the back lane, finding the members of Blacklist International, but Sensui is there as well.
They have a
So
wild
we have
charge.
a lot of pressure from Blacklist International on this TNC's base. So we could see Super Yoshi on that I'm offended.
Oh.
Keep Boy with the wild charge. It takes two.
Oh.
We have the Eternal Guard again from Yue. Takes three, by the way. And we have Heads out of Immortality. Heads
Oh,
is
they're
going to
so
be down
low.
probably, but another Immortality propped by Edward. And Sensui is going to be down. So TNC
Oh my
this time around
goodness.
is hanging by a thread. Both chunklers are
What?
down for this game.
Oh Yoshi.
Still going to be keeping them there.
Oh, he has to go out. Oh, had to go out. They had no minion waves. Oh my goodness, hatred.
Breathtaking.
It's
Hatred.
even.
Hatred is doing work, man.
It's even across the board for the bases.
Oh my goodness. The
Two
wild charge.
turrets.
The wild charge though saved the game from TNT.
I'm getting confused already. Who's the real tank? Who's the real initiator?
Yeah, who's using his wild charge?
Whose wild charge
Is it
this?
Kim Poi? Is it hatred?
Oh my goodness. Again, this is, what's our longest game of the season so far? This
31.
is getting there.
31. 33.
Yeah,
33.
31. Oh, 31. 33?
33, right.
Oh my
Today
goodness.
the first day.
Welcome to Philippines,
I
guys.
was casting that day.
Oh, man.
I should remember.
All right, that's why this game is so long, guys.
If-
Chantel is here.
As I say, if I have the gourd, you know, passive, Chantal has the long game full series passives.
I don't know what
So,
I have. Arthritis. Probably. Arthritis.
You know,
That's what I have. I don't got the curse like you guys. I already am cursed with arthritis.
You can either
I'm kind of feeling it right now.
you can consider them curses or blessings, you know, whichever you choose. Oh, Edward though.
okay. So we have a
Kim
nice
Poi.
backup there from Blacklist International. One charge for Kim Poi plus the Eternal Guard. Kim Poi is down in no minutes.
Oh, that's big. That's big.
Okay, 70 seconds by the way before Kim Poi is part of this Lord Team 5.
As I was saying, as we see now that TNC has this advantage for this Lord, this is a possible 3-game series here. With TNC, how they play this, they're going to go ahead and start this Lord up. But still, it's going to be tough, right? It's going to be hard to secure freely because look at this. Blacklist International, take a look at Sensui as well, taking the long route. And on the other side of the map is Heads.
They don't know this is happening. They don't know this is happening. He might be able to sneak in some retribution steals.
There's no way this is the Ultra Instinct that we've been talking about.
They're trying to
There
find
is a way. What you talking about?
Sensui.
Oh, they saw him. They saw him.
They saw him.
They saw him.
Okay. So Sensui is going to be the target here. So
Yoshi
has been used. Oh, okay.
That's big. That's big.
That
Big
was
ults.
close.
Hatred!
Sensui is down again. Hatred with that nice ultimate. So we have a player down, 2 players down actually for Blacklist International.
Oh, they have to defend. They have to defend.
They
The
have
base.
to defend
The base.
No, is it going to be a win yet?
All right. Oh, you win. You win. But they
But
still
how
have
much time do
They
they
still have a
buy?
Lord.
I don't know what to say anymore.
There's still a lot to defend, by the way.
Literally.
There's still a Lord.
They don't have Vex ult.
Yes, this is looking very dire here for Blacklist International. Lord's going to be making its way down the mid. A couple hits for the base.
Will they be able to defend this one? They have the Lord at the side lane. Heads and Hatred. They'll go for the tower lock. But Ryzen, without the even another minion wave. And we're heading for a game number 3 as TNC wins game number 2.